So if you're an aspiring home bartender and you're wondering which core spirits you should buy when first starting your home bar, this is the correct video for you. My name is Ron Virapin. I'm a full-time medical doctor and I've been a home bartender for over 5 years now. During that time, I learned how to make over 100 different cocktails and I've thrown over 50 cocktail parties. And I teach other busy professionals how to make cocktails at home. And in this video, I'm going to be answering that very important question. Which core spirits should you go out and buy when you're first starting your home bar and you're looking to make your very first cocktail? And the advice that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this video is the exact advice that I followed all the way back in June 2020 when I made my very first cocktail and could finally call myself a home bartender after years and years of aspiring to actually get into the hobby of home bartending. So my journey doesn't just start in June 2020 when I made my first cocktail. It actually starts in the previous 5 to 6 years before that, where I thought of getting into home bartending it was in the course of 5 to 6 years, but during that time I thought about getting into home bartending 2 to 3 different times. And the final time happened in the spring of 2020, which was, as you guys probably all remember, that was the COVID-19 pandemic. That was the first lockdown. And that's the time when a lot of people were learning new skills. And I decided that home bartending was going to be the skill that I was going to learn. But I had actually thought about home bartending twice before that, once when I was in medical school and once towards the end of my time as an undergraduate student in college. And one of the reasons I didn't really get into home bartending during those previous occasions was that, on those times, I was still living a student lifestyle. I was living in dorms and Airbnbs and sometimes also living with my parents and my family. And I felt like I didn't have enough space to go out and buy all these different bottles. I didn't have the money to go out and buy all these different bottles and really start my home bartending journey. But when I finally did start home bartending in June 2020, I realized that even at that time when I had my own place, I finally had a pretty well-paying job. I still don't go out and buy all these different bottles and completely fill up my apartment and my home bar, my pantry, and everything else, my kitchen with all these different bottles. I just went out and bought the bottles to make one cocktail. And the first cocktail that I made was Negroni, and a Negroni contains 3 ingredients: gin, sweet vermouth, and then Campari. So those were the 3 bottles I bought. So the core spirit that I bought to start my home bartending journey was gin. I don't know if it was exactly the Beefeater. I forget the exact brand that I bought at that time. But it was one of the core spirits, one of the workhorse gins that I typically use. So I didn't go out and buy tequila and vodka and rum and whiskey and cognac and all these other different bottles. I just bought gin, vermouth, and Campari, made a Negroni. And then not only did I make a Negroni, I understood the recipe for the Negroni. I felt like I mastered the Negroni. I made the Negroni multiple times. I made the Negroni for other people. And once I felt comfortable with a Negroni, then I picked a second cocktail and moved on and bought the ingredients for that cocktail, made that cocktail, enjoyed that cocktail, served that cocktail to other people, threw parties where that cocktail was on the menu for that party. And then I did that for the 3rd cocktail and the 4th cocktail and the 5th cocktail and so on and so forth, to where I'm at the point where I've learned probably somewhere between 100 and 150 recipes of different cocktails over these past 5+ years. And that's the way I did it. I didn't go out and buy all these different core spirits at once. So I would say if you're like myself and you want to get into home bartending, instead of going out and feeling like you have to buy all these different bottles, just literally pick one cocktail. You could be like myself and pick the Negroni. You can pick the daiquiri, which is the first video on this channel. Or there's a number of other cocktails you can pick with. Just pick whatever your favorite cocktail is. Pick the espresso martini, pick the old fashioned, pick the margarita, whatever your favorite cocktail is. Go out and pick that. Pick that cocktail. Watch videos on that cocktail. If I already don't have a video on that cocktail, comment it down below. I'll make a video on that cocktail just for you guys because, as I've said multiple times before, I am a small channel and I really want this channel and my videos to be catered to you guys. I want to help you guys as much as possible, especially in these early phases when I feel like my channel can be more catered to specific viewers and things like that, specific viewers and subscribers. So pick a cocktail and then comment that down below if I don't already have a video on it. Even if I have a video on it, still comment it down below. I really want to see what kind of cocktails you guys like to drink and like to make. And then watch videos on that cocktail. Watch videos on how to make that cocktail. If I already don't have a video, then let me know. I'll go ahead and as soon as possible get out a video showing you guys how to make that cocktail. And then understand that cocktail, and then you can go to the liquor store and buy the ingredients for that cocktail, and then you can make that cocktail as soon as you possibly can. I don't want you guys to be like myself, where you're thinking of home bartending in 2025, and then you're going to be thinking about it in 2028, and then you're going to be thinking about it in like 2031, and then finally maybe in 2032 you're going to start home bartending. No, I want you guys to be like, this is December 2025. I'm going to think about this cocktail. I'm going to go out and actually make that cocktail within a few days. And this video and really this channel is to really erase those doubts and help you guys get started as soon as possible on home bartending. And I don't want you guys to feel like you ever have to go out and just, splurge and break the bank and buy tons of these different bottles at once. So, the crux of this video is really what core spirit should you start your home bar with? Well, the first question that you should answer before you get into that is, what cocktail do you want to start your home bartending journey with? Do you want it to be like me, where you start with a Negroni? Do you want it to be like what I think everyone should start with, and start with a daiquiri, which that's why the daiquiri is the first video on this channel? Or really, if you don't like either of these two cocktails, just pick whatever your favorite cocktail is. If your favorite cocktail is the old fashioned, then you're going to start your home bar with whiskey. It can be either bourbon or rye whiskey. If your favorite cocktail is the margarita, then you're going to start your home bar with tequila. If your favorite cocktail is a Moscow Mule, then you're going to go ahead and start your home bartending journey with this bottle, Tito's, or it could be any other type of vodka out there. If your favorite cocktail is the dark and stormy, then go out and buy a type of gin, or sorry, a type of rum. If it's specifically dark and stormy, then you can buy Gosling's Black Steel rum. So really, whatever your favorite cocktail is, just pick that cocktail and then buy the ingredients for that cocktail and then make that cocktail. You don't ever have to go out and buy tons of these different bottles to start your home bartending journey with, to start your home bar with. My home bar started at 2 different occasions over these past 5 years. The first was in June 2020 when I was first getting this hobby. I had 0 bottles, and then I slowly built up my collection over time. And then I moved across country in September 2023. At that time, again, started with 0 bottles and then built that collection back up. So in each of those different times, I just picked one cocktail that I wanted to make and bought the ingredients for that cocktail, made that cocktail, understood that cocktail, mastered that cocktail, and then moved on to the next cocktail. So whatever cocktail you want to be the first cocktail that you make, is then going to answer the question, what should your core spirit be? Like I said, if your favorite cocktail is a margarita, then you're going to start your home bar with tequila. If your favorite cocktail is the bee's knees, then you're going to be starting your home bar with gin. If your favorite cocktail is the Manhattan, then you're going to be starting your home bar with whiskey, bourbon or rye whiskey. If your favorite cocktail is the daiquiri, then you're going to be starting your home bar with rum. If your favorite cocktail is the lemon drop, then you're going to be starting your home bar with vodka. So really, it depends on what your favorite cocktail is. What cocktail do you want to start your home bartending journey with? That's going to answer the question of what should be the first core spirit that you buy for your home bar. Anyways, that's all I have for today's video. If you found the advice in this video helpful, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really like to do 2 styles of videos on this channel. The first will be tutorials showing you guys how to make specific cocktails. And the second style video will be like this one, where I answer specific questions, do full guides on different topics, share tips and tricks, and share stories from my own home bartending journey that I hope will help you guys become better home bartenders. Thank you. Cheers.